seen that title, so you already know what this video is going to be about. Your girl is back again with another story time. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe if you're new to my channel. Hey girl, hey. And if you're a returning subscriber, I don't even have to say much because you know what's up, I know what's up. Like, we here, like what's understood don't have to be explained. Like, we know what's up. Y'all, before we get into this video, I do have to go ahead and tell y'all about my sponsor. This is my very first time working with a black owned business, so I am very, very excited. Thank you so much, Mackenzie, for sending me this wig. Y'all, she sent me this custom unit. She customizes wigs. She has multiple wigs on her website. If you want a braided wig, a faux lock wig, she has accessories, anything you need, Mackenzie has. So make sure you click the link in the description box below and check out some of her wigs. But let's go ahead and get into the story time. Y'all already know, in order for my stories to make sense, I have to give y'all a little backstory. So this happened when I was like, I think I was a junior in college. This happened my junior year in college, and I lived in Tallahassee, Florida. And if you don't know by now, I did go to FAMU. So I'm gonna go ahead and name the apartment complex because I no longer live there. But at the time, I lived in an apartment complex named Cinema Grand. And if you ever been to Tallahassee, or you go to FAMU, or you knew anybody that went to FAMU, they probably lived in Cinema Grand before, or you yourself lived in Cinema Grand. Like, this was a very popular apartment complex. Like, everybody and their mama basically knew somebody that lived there, or they lived there. And the rent was like really, really cheap. I think the rent was like $300, and that's after utilities. And it was pretty nice. Like, it was a pretty nice student living apartment for $300. So yeah, I lived there my junior year. And y'all, I don't know why, but everybody and their mama lived there, so you couldn't be caught slipping. Like, it don't matter if it was like 10 o'clock at night, 8 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. Like, you couldn't go outside looking crazy because everybody and their mama lived there. Like, I couldn't even go outside to check my mailbox looking crazy. Like, one day I remember I was checking my mailbox and I wasn't looking crazy, but I was like a 7. Like, you have to go outside being a solid 7. Like, you can't go outside being a 7 or below because you're gonna see somebody you know. Like, I remember one day I was walking and somebody was like, Asia, like, is that Asia? And I'm just like, nah, nigga, it's not me. It's not me. You just can't go outside looking crazy because somebody you know or somebody that know of you, they gonna end up seeing you outside. So you just have to make sure you a 7 and above at all times. But I don't know what happened this day. Like, I don't know what happened. Like, y'all, usually I'm a 7 and above when I go outside. It doesn't matter if I'm just getting my checking my mail, or if I'm going to go pay my rent, or if I'm going to the gym. Like, I'm always making sure I'm at least a 7 because you don't want to go outside looking crazy. So this day was a little different. I don't know why I didn't care, but this day I just went outside looking crazy. It was like 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning. I had on some pajama pants, a sports bra, and my hair wasn't done. Like, I had my hair like in a bun. I'm gonna post a picture of how I looked at the time because I remember I had like photos in my camera roll from that day. But y'all, basically I just looked mad schmeggler. Like, I woke up out the bed and I just went outside. I don't know why, y'all, but I did. So this day I went outside to go check the mailbox, and my cousins, they were coming over. So I went to go check my mailbox or whatever, and in order for my cousins to get in the gate, I had to like scan them in or something. So I went to check the mailbox, and I went to the front by the gate to scan my cousins in. So instead of us going in the house, we just decided to like chill in my apartment, like my apartment building. Let me go ahead and mention this because this is very, very important. Remember how I told y'all this apartment complex is like has hella people in it, like everybody and their mama lived there. And it's even worse for me because I lived in building 1. So that means that every person that entered the apartment complex, they had to pass building 1. Like, I was the first building that you see when you enter the complex. So I'm in building 1. My cousins pull up. We just chatting it up. Remember, y'all, it's like 8 or 9 in the morning. We not doing anything. We just outside chatting it up. We just talking. They sitting in their cars. I'm just standing outside, and I'm just chatting it up with them. And all of a sudden, my ex pulled by. Remind you, y'all, this is not my ex. This is like my ex. It's like my ex from a couple years ago. Like, he didn't even know I stayed in Cinema Grand. I didn't know what he was doing out there. I just didn't know. I didn't know anything. But let me go ahead and pause. Y'all remember this. We're going to pause right here, and we're going to come back to this. So a week before this incident, my ex texted me, and he was like, he in between apartment complexes, and he needed somewhere to stay. And I'm like, what you telling me this for? And he's like, can I stay with you? And I respectfully declined. I told him, no, you can't stay with me. I didn't have a boyfriend or anything, or I didn't have anything going on with anybody, but I just felt like it wouldn't have been the best situation for us to be staying together. Like, Cinema Grand is very, very small. Like, we would have been sharing a bed together. We would have been sharing a bathroom. Like, we would have been sharing a little too much. And I told y'all this was my ex from like years ago. So I personally wasn't comfortable. So I just told him I'm sorry, no, you can't stay with me. Like what happened to all your homeboys? Because when we was dating, he had mad homeboys that he used to call his brothers. So I'm like, where your brothers at? Like, can't you stay with one of them? And he was like, oh, their moving date for their apartment isn't until the 20th either. So for example, like the apartment, it probably was like the 15th. No, it probably was like the 15th, and then his moving day wasn't until like the 1st of the following month. But I just respectfully told him no, because I just felt like I didn't want to put myself in a like that situation. So I was just like, no, you can't stay with me. So boom, fast forward back to the part where we were. So me and my cousins outside, we chatting it up, we chopping it up. My ex, he pulls up and he notices me and my cousins. So of course he parks, he stops, he says hello or whatever. So now we all 4 of us, because it's 2 cousins, my girl cousin Andrea, my guy cousin Dre. So we all chopping it up, and then it's my ex. I was gonna give him a name, but I'm gonna be nice, y'all. I'm gonna be nice. We just gonna call him X. So now we all just 4 chopping it up, laughing, reminiscing old times, because my cousins, they're friends with my ex. Like, they know my ex pretty well. So we just chopping it up. We chopping it up. And y'all, my feet start hurting. So I decided to go sit in my ex's car. I don't know why I just didn't go in the house, but I don't know why. I just sat in my ex's car. So I'm sitting in the passenger seat, and he's not in the car. He's outside, and he's talking to my cousins. So he notices I'm in the car. He gets in the car with me, and he's like, can you please get out my car? And I'm like, no, like, why? My feet hurt. And he's like really adamant. He's like, can you get out my car? Like, could you please get out my car? And I'm just like, no, like, I'm not doing anything. Like, what you think I'm gonna do? Like, fuck up your seat? Like, I'm not doing anything. So I'm telling him, like, nah, like, chill. So I'm in the car or whatever. I'm chilling. I'm strolling on my phone. He keeps asking me to get out his car, but I'm not really listening or saying, like I don't see the point of me getting out of his car. So I'm just there chilling. I'm chilling. I'm chilling. I'm strolling on my phone. I'm chilling. I'm chilling. And he's like, could you get out of my car? And I'm keep asking him why, but he's not giving me a why. Like, he's not giving me a reason. He's just like, can you get out of my car? And I'm just like, no. Like, and y'all, remind you, like, it wasn't like we had beef or anything. Like, if we had beef, he wouldn't have even stopped. Like, me and him were cool, because I'm thinking, like, just last week you was asking me, can you come stay with me? And now a week later, like 5 days later, I can't even sit in your car. Like, it didn't make sense to me. So I felt real comfortable to sit in his car, because it's like, you just want to live in my apartment, but now I can't sit in your car. So I'm like, boy, whatever, like, move over. So I'm sitting there, I'm strolling on my phone, on social media. I'm strolling, and at this point, he already not asked me to get out of his car like 10 times. He knew that I wasn't gonna get out of his car because I'm stubborn. So I'm still on my phone, and y'all, you're not gonna believe what happened. Boom. A car drives past us. Remember, I stay in building 1, so you can't pass my apartment complex without, like, you can't get into the apartment complex without passing my building. So a car pulls up. She's like boom. She pulls up, and she stops directly in front of his car. And y'all, remind you, I'm chilling. Like, I don't know who the car is. I noticed that the car pulled up like mad aggressive, but I don't know who in the car or anything. So I'm still on my phone strolling. But I look at him, and he looked like he just seen a ghost, y'all. His face is like he looked like he just seen a ghost. So I'm like, okay. So I go back on my phone. I'm strolling. Next thing you know, y'all, all I hear is, why she in your car? Who that in your car? Why she in your car? Why she in your car? And y'all, I'm like, wait, what? Like, who is this? Like, she yelling like mad loud, arms out the window, mad aggressive. Who that in your car? Why is she in your car? And she keeps saying, like, why is she in your car? Like, mad aggressive. So I'm like, does this girl know me? Like, who is this? Like, who is this? I don't know who the girl is, but all I see is her, like, mad aggressive. Why is she in your car? So he gets out of his car, because remember, he was sitting in the car with me. So he gets out of his car, he walks over to the car, and then he says the girl name. As soon as I hear the name, I'm like the name rung the bell. The girl was his ex-girlfriend, but it was his ex from, like, I guess it was his ex from, like, I don't know. It was like his most recent ex. I don't know how long ago they broke up, but I just know that it was his most recent ex. So as soon as I hear her name, I'm like, oh shit. So y'all, she's talking crazy. Like, the girl is running out the mouth. She's like, oh, why is she in your car? Why is she in your car? Tell her to get out your car. Oh yeah, da da da. Come stay with me. Y'all, I dead ass said the nigga's dog name. I dead ass said the dog's name. We gonna name, okay, let me go back. He had a dog named, Monique. So he was like, so she was like, no, yeah, Monique. So she was like, oh, Monique can't come stay with me. I'm throwing all that shit. I'm bringing all that shit back. Like, the girl is going at it, and he's not saying nothing. Like, he ain't saying nothing. Like, he's like dead speechless. And remind you, y'all, I'm in the car. As soon as I hear the girl's name, I automatically know that it's his ex. So I'm in the car, and I'm thinking to myself, like, Asia, you don't know this girl. You never met this girl before. So how can you like de-escalate the situation? I'm thinking of a way I can de-escalate the situation, because he's scared. Like, he not saying nothing. He obviously scared. And y'all, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little scared, because sis is sounding like a man. Like, at this point, I'm like, is this a nigga? Because she mad. Like, when I say she's mad aggressive, she's like, why is she in your car? What? Like, she is mad aggressive. So I'm like, all right, Asia, think of a way you can de-escalate the situation. Like, if you was her, how would you react? Like, if it was the other way around, how would you want the girl to react? How would Asia react? So I'm like, all right, the girl coming out mad aggressive. I'm a little, like, half of me is a little scared now. So I'm like, what the fuck? I'm not prepared to fight, y'all. Like, remember, I'm in Cinema Green, so if I get in the fight, this whole video gonna be going around FAMU, and it's gonna be on World Star, and my ponytail gonna be out, because I had a little drawstring ponytail on that day. So it was gonna be mad embarrassing. So I'm like, no, I'm in no shape or form ready to fight. I don't even have on clothes, y'all. I told you I have on a little Bantu bra, and I have on some pajama shorts, so I'm not even prepared to even fight. So I'm just thinking, like, how can you de-escalate the situation? So she is going in. She's like, oh, you broke, you don't have nothing. Like, she's going off on him. So I'm in the car for like 5 minutes or whatever, because, you know, I'm trying to act like I'm badass. Like, I'm not about to just hop out the car when she say, why she in your car? So I'm in the car just chilling for like 5 minutes. So after 5 minutes go off, I think of what I'm going to say to the girl to like de-escalate the situation. Because honestly, I just feel bad, because he told me to get out of his car, but I didn't know the reason why he told me to get out of his car. Like, if he would have told me the reason he was telling me to get out of his car, it was because his ex also lived in the apartment complex, I would have just got out of his car. But he didn't say that. He just asked me to get out of his car. Like, he didn't tell me. So I'm like, boy, whatever, like, move over. So I get out of the car. I walk over to her window, and I'm like, we don't have, like, I don't remember what I said verbatim, but I'm gonna basically tell y'all what I basically said. I was just like, we don't have anything going on. We just friends. Like, we don't have nothing going on. So I'm putting my best little white girl voice. So I'm like, we don't have anything going on. Like, we just friends. Like, we cool. Like, it's nothing going on between us. Like, I don't want him. So she's like, I ain't talking to you. I ain't talking to you. Who are you talking to? I ain't talking. Like, y'all, she's mad aggressive. So I'm like, let me try this one more time, because she coming at me crazy. I'm like, nah, she not talking to me. So I'm like, let me gather myself and try this one more time. So I try it one more time. So I'm like, all right, she coming at you crazy, but you gonna try this one more time, because you trying to de-escalate the situation, Asia. You trying to calm her the fuck down, because you don't even know what's going on. So I'm like, all right, let me try this again. So I'm like, we don't have anything going on. Like, we're just friends. Like, he asked me to get out of his car. I didn't even know. Like, I didn't know about any of this. Like, move over. Why is she in your car? Who are you talking to? I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. Like, y'all, she's mad aggressive. So I'm like, I don't know why, y'all, but something in my brain is just like, tell her we fuck, tell her we fuck, tell her we fuck. Like, my brain is just like, tell her we fuck, tell her we fuck, tell her we fuck. Like, that's what my brain is screaming. And I'm not gonna lie, I was like petty at the time, because it's just like, for one, you coming at me crazy, and I'm trying to de-escalate the situation. I don't even know you. Honestly, y'all, that was my first time even seeing the girl in person. Like, me and him was cool, so I would see her on his Snap here and there, and I remember her name because he would post her, so I would see of her on his social media, but I didn't even know the girl. So I'm like, just tell her we did the do to make her mad, because you mad already, and I didn't even give you a reason to come at me crazy. Like, I didn't even give you a reason to be mad. So go ahead and tell her we did it. Like, half of my brain is doing that, and then half of my brain is just like, Asia, try it one more time. Try it one more time. Like try it one more time. But y'all, at this point, the girl was like talking all types of crazy. She was like, oh, I knew you and her was da 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 da. Like, she was just saying crazy-ish. So I just walk away from the car. I just walk away from her, because I'm like, I tried twice. but she yapping out the mouth, like talking all crazy. So I was just like, let me just remove myself from the situation. So I walked away and I went back to his car. I didn't sit in his car. I just like went back and I leaned on his car. So I'm like this, like I'm like leaning on the car or whatever. And y'all remember my cousins, they still there. Like my cousins, they like they in fucking disbelief. My cousins are just like what is even going on right now? So the girl is talking all crazy. She's like, oh, I'm bringing Monique stuff. Remember, Monique is his dog. So she's like, oh yeah, I'm bringing Monique stuff. I'm dropping all that off. Da, 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 da. So she's going off or whatever. So while she's saying all of this stuff, I'm putting two to two together. Last week he just asked me, can he stay with me? And I remember he had a dog named Monique. So he didn't ask him the dog come meet him and the dog come. He just asked him he come. So he basically, I put two to two together that he basically asked his ex, can the dog stay with her? He asked me, can he stay with me? Not knowing that me and the ex stayed in the same apartment complex. And I didn't even know that we stayed in the same apartment complex. So he was really trying to get over and be like slick. Like he was gonna have the dog stay with her and then have him stay with me. And I think it was like a blessing that I told him no, he couldn't come stay with me. Because y'all imagine how this was gonna look. He was gonna be leaving my house to walk over to her house to go walk his dog, walk the dog back to her house, and then come back to my house. Like, and then remember, I stayed in building 1. So eventually the girl, his ex, she would have found out that he was staying with me because we lived in the same apartment complex. But he didn't know that we lived in the same apartment complex. Because I think I had recently moved there, like, literally he was moving into his place and a month later, and I moved in there I probably was only there probably like a month. So he didn't even know that I lived there. So she talking all crazy. She's like, oh yeah, I'm about to bring Monique stuff. Like, I'm about to bring Monique stuff. She pulls around the, she like pulls around the thing, go to her apartment complex. She come back hella aggressive. She throws the dog's cage out. Like, she going off and she yelling out crazy. She's like, oh, I don't want him. You can have him. He broke. He don't got nothing going for himself. He broke. I don't even want him. And I'm bringing Monique back over here. And I'm just thinking like, sis, for a person that don't want him, you giving I want him, you giving I'm mad, you're giving like you upset. Like, she was like, oh no, I don't even want him, you can have him, you can have him, you can. And I'm just thinking like, sis, I don't want him. He's homeless. He's homeless. Like, first of all, I don't want him. But she was telling me, oh, I don't want. Sis, you want him. You very much, you do. You want him. That's why you so upset that he with me. Because if you didn't want him, you wouldn't be yelling, why she in your car? So you want him. So she's talking like all crazy. And at this point, I'm mad. So I'm talking my shit back. So I'm like, sis, you want him, you can have him. I don't want him. Da 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 da. She's like, oh yeah, you can have him. I knew this. Da da da. I knew this. Da. And the girl is talking. Excuse me, y'all. But the girl is talking mad crazy. Like, she know me. And I'm just like at this point, I'm questioning myself. Like, did I meet her before in another life? Like, do she know me? Because she talking crazy. So they arguing or whatever. He's trying to calm her down. They're like, the girl is like mad crazy. She just talking all her shit. She throws the dog cage back. She said that she was coming back with the dog, and while she doing all of that, she like skedaddled off or whatever, and she didn't come back. And at this point, I kind of felt bad. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I felt bad because it's just like, dang, like, you homeless now, the dog homeless, like, now Monique homeless. Like, both of y'all shouldn't have to be homeless. Like, this is not right. So I felt bad. So I started apologizing to him, and I'm just like, I'm sorry. Like, if you would have told me the reason why you wanted me to get out of your car, I would have gladly got out of your car. Like, I'm sorry that I caused both of y'all to be homeless, because I know it was already hard for you to find a home, because you asking me, an ex from like years ago, can you come stay with me? And now no one's gonna want to let you and a dog come stay with them. Like, it's looking real like homey, like homeless. Like, it's not looking good for them. So I'm just like very apologetic, and I'm just telling him I'm sorry. If you want, even though she was talking out like all crazy, if you want, she can come back over here and I can let her know we don't have nothing going on. Like, I don't even know y'all situation. So he's sad as fuck, because he probably thinking like, where the fuck he gonna go with him and the dog? Like, he's sad as fuck. So that happens or whatever, and the girl never came back or anything. She never said anything or whatever. I remember, y'all, I don't even know the girl. I don't have her on any social media, but I know she watching this video. So if you are, hey Mabe, because the girl is cuckoo. Like, the ex is crazy. Like, she is cuckoo. I think a week later, well, he didn't end up telling me, but his mom ended up calling me, telling me the girl tried to stab him. Well, the girl did stab him. The girl stabbed him, and then she called the police and said that he attacked her. And I'm just like, there's just a whole lot of, like, I'm thankful that the situation didn't go worse than what it could have been, and I kind of just avoided the situation the best I could, because it could have been worse. Like, imagine if I would have told this nigga he can come stay with me. Like, if I was trying to get my old team back and I would have told him, like, yeah, you can come stay with me, and like, y'all, I probably wouldn't be here, because the girl is cuckoo. She is crazy. And I know you watching this video because he ended up telling me that the girl was obsessed. Like, she had multiple fake pages. Like, she was page watching, she was Facebook watching, she was watching me heavy. The girl knew my whole schedule. Like, he was just telling me how crazy the girl was after the situation. And that was that, y'all. That's pretty much the end of this story time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and peace.